Jeff Taylor, ladies and gentlemen. We're at our last reader. And you know what's astonishing? I don't know that this has ever happened in the history of literary readings. We started on time and we're going to end on time. That just doesn't happen. We had a day and a half of rehearsals and figuring out, how to sort of structure this reading. And we were pretty unanimous that this was our closer for today. And I think you'll agree. This is the voice to send us home. So after this reader, I'm not going to have any closing comments. I'm just going to thank you now for joining us. When the reading's over, it's over. Please let these authors know how much you enjoyed them at the end of the reading. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Marise Psyche.
Hi, I'm Marise. So I'm going to be reading 3 pieces today. And the first one I'm reading is called The Mugunghwa Flower. It's precisely 11:11 at night when I hear it outside my window, the spirit of my grandmother. It had been decades since I last saw her. It had been months since I'd even thought of her. I still remember the day she died. My grandfather, a textile trader, hadn't been home for days, and she went to search for him. She hadn't come back since. Halmoni? Where have you been? What happened to Harabuji? I never got a response from her. She didn't even move. She just sat on the stone bench a couple feet away from my window, the same spot in the garden she always sat when I was a child. I can't help but wonder why her soul still lingers. Maybe she was reminiscing. Maybe she never found Harabuji. Maybe she couldn't let go until she knew her granddaughter was okay. I don't know why, but my body steps outside onto the garden porch, subconsciously getting closer to her. It's been far too long since I've last seen her, since I've last thought of her. I step further into the garden, still in the cotton pajama pants she sewed my mother all those years ago. When I'm now only an arm's length from her formed spirit, I reach out my hand, hoping, praying that she's real. Of course, there's nothing there. Instead of her warm and wrinkled body there, instead of her warm voice telling me to eat more of her soup, she disappears completely. This wasn't supposed to happen. She was supposed to be there and tell me it's okay, I forgot about her, that life is busy and spending all my time lingering on a childhood that has already ended is useless. She didn't. She wasn't supposed to leave so quickly. She wasn't supposed to disappear in front of me. I wasn't supposed to try and reach her. My feet shuffle back inside, my eyes still keeping note of the stone bench dressed in mugunghwa. I'll never sell or move it. My second poem is titled Night School, and this was made of a prompt where we take a metaphorical saying and then we turn it literal. In my first lesson at night school, I learned how to darken the sky. It was a simple task. I laid a blanket my teacher weaved over the earth, poking small holes in the shape of my favorite animal, a crab, with all the other students. Every day we got to change our shape. I moved to a scorpion, then an archer, and then a tiny kite to match my friend's large one. Before class ended, I accidentally spilled milk on the blanket. The second lesson of night school taught me how to be a dreamer. They gave me a book and quill before setting me next to a river of ink. I dipped my pen in the river before writing out the dream some children would receive. The third lesson taught me music theory to direct the nightingale's tune. Their songs are a lullaby for anyone disturbed and awake. I direct the sounds that the mice make in the walls, a rhythmic scratching of a drum. I ask of the tides to whisper goodnight for the people sleeping by the shore. At the end of my classes, I take my rest, my friend Dawn waving goodbye. And my final piece is also based off of the prompt of the end of the world, and also the end of this reading. The gambler just lost their final hand, the painter tears up their final piece, the architect trashes their final blueprint, the artist just started their final work. The mother just met her firstborn child, the father just took a breath of relief, the auntie got news that she has a nephew, the grandpa is giving the child his name. The office doors close a final time, the graveyard will never receive another body, the kitchen will never smell of spices again, the concert hall will always be quiet. The pianist's fingers will never travel through keys, the violinist's strings will never vibrate with sound, the flautist's lips will never again curve, and the drummer's sticks will lay still on the ground. The morning birds sung their last song hours ago. The last time you ate your favorite food was days ago. The last time you heard from your grandparents was weeks ago. Your last birthday has already passed.